Hi everyone, Tony here. Hope you're all well. We've come to the end of my free life balance mini course. Thank you so much. Well done and congratulations for sticking with me for the last 7 days. So over the last week, I've given you a video every day of the week concentrating on a different area of your life. So we've looked at your relationships, career, finances, physical health, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, your daily responsibilities, and your contribution to society and your legacy. And I asked you the kind of questions that would help you to reflect on those areas and identify any forms of stress or imbalance. Now we're going to try to get to the bottom of some of these issues. Obviously, I'm talking to all of you now, so I'm unable to address you individually. So I can't really confront your issues individually because we're not having a face-to-face conversation. But I will speak in general terms and I'll give you some guidance on how to make the positive changes that are right for you. Now, obviously, with the limitations of how we're communicating, this is going to be a very streamlined version of life coaching, but it will give you an idea of how the process works. And near the end of the video, I'll be giving you the opportunity to have your own one-to-one session with me. Okay, so before we unpack the issues you currently have, it's important, really important, that you see and you feel the impact that your issues are having on your life. Maybe you have confidence issues and that could be impacting your work or affecting your relationships. You might have identified issues within your career and perhaps your job role is no longer a meaningful one, or maybe it wasn't meaningful to begin with. Perhaps your finances could be fine-tuned. And if you are having problems, if you are having problems with your finances, that could be affecting your sleep, which can affect your mood, which can affect your physical health. So step one is really all about identifying those issues and problems and really noticing the impact that these are having on you. Step two is owning these problems, facing up to them, and asking yourself, do you really want to carry on repeating the same kind of issues and problems over and over again? As I've said before, the only true way to overcome problems is to take responsibility and say enough is enough. Step three is to have a clear, focused vision of the outcome that you want to achieve. So it's all very well to want to change, but there needs to be a strong and compelling reason behind this. Now I'm going to use myself as an example and tell you a little bit of a story about myself and about how I was able to apply those 3 steps. So I used to have really bad confidence issues. I had low self-esteem and I had really bad anxiety, especially social anxiety. And this used to impact on all areas of my life. When it came to my career, I felt that anxiety was holding me back because anxiety told me to keep myself safe, and to be safe and secure, it felt as though I couldn't put my hand up or raise my voice or voice a concern at work or just add my voice to a conversation at work. It felt like I couldn't go for a promotion or I couldn't make meaningful contributions to team meetings. It felt as though or I felt as though I wasn't worthy, that I wasn't worth enough to sit with my colleagues, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it's one of the lies that anxiety tells you and you end up believing it. When it came to relationships or my social life, anxiety would lead me to believe that it was safer for me to stay at home than to go out and make new friends or embrace new opportunities and new experiences. So quite literally, my limiting beliefs were fueling my anxiety and they were holding me back from being the person that I knew deep down that I was. So step one was about identifying those issues. And I could see how my issues, especially with anxiety, were fueling the confidence and the low self-esteem and impacting on all these different areas of my life. Step two was about owning my problems and facing up to them. And I quite literally had my own enough is enough moment. I literally had enough Now was the time to do something about it, which brought me on to step 3, having a clear vision. Now, I always knew that at my very core, I wanted to help people. I didn't quite know how I was going to do that. Although I was in a job where I was helping people, I didn't feel that I was meaningfully helping people. So to get to that point, I had to make some changes, and one of those changes was to leave the job. So that's how I worked through my 3 steps. And it's the same for you. So identify your issues and problems. Step 2, own your problems and get to your enough is enough moment. And step 3, what is your compelling reason, and how are your current problems and issues stopping you from achieving your outcome? So you have choices. You can choose to stay the same. You can carry on walking through life, repeating the same kind of issues, the same kind of problems over and over, or you can choose to do something about it. You can choose to be emotionally reactive, or you can choose to live your life proactively. If you've invested your time with me over this week, watching these videos and taking part in the exercises, then thank you. But also it proves that you are willing to make a change and you've identified those issues and you do want to do something about it. And I really, really sincerely hope that you continue to invest your time and efforts into becoming the person that you truly are. Everything that you need to create this change is already in you. Be creative, be consistent, and commit to the process. Commit to step 1, step 2, step 3, and you will get there. Now, if you would like to continue your journey with me, then get in touch via Messenger. For the month of April, I'm offering a whole month's worth of life coaching for £180. Now, my standard fee is £250. That's quite a good reduction. Now, for £180, what you'll get for that is a whole month's worth of life coaching sessions, one-to-one sessions. You'll also receive a month's worth of workbooks, worksheets, activities, and exercises to complete. As well as email support in between sessions, and you'll also have access to my WhatsApp so that you can contact me for any support or guidance around the clock. I hope that you've found this week really, really helpful, and I really do appreciate the fact that you stuck with me and watched the videos and taken part in the exercises and reached out to me, and I really hope that I've inspired you to start living a more meaningful and fulfilled life. If you haven't done so already, now is the time to start believing in yourself. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody.